Hello, good morning friends. Welcome to SQL Era Online classes. Today we will discuss about the SQL and T-Sql interview questions. So there are three modules in this interview questions. First one is your theoretical, second module is your queries with practical, and third module is T-Sql program. So first of all, we will discuss about first module, basic questions. So first question is, what is difference between unique key and primary key? Second, what is difference between primary key and foreign key and all? What is collations? So all these are very basic questions. So if you have any idea about database concepts proper and good idea about constraints and keys, then you can do easily all these questions. So try to solve one by one and test yourself how much you have, and then if you have any doubts, any confusion, let me know. Definitely would like to help you in this regard. So you can see moderate and advanced questions. So in moderate and advanced questions, what is RDBMS and what is the difference between RDBMS and DBMS? So this one is also a basic questions related to database concepts. And the 13 questions, you can see what is normalizations and different kinds of normalizations. So this is related to database concepts. So the first phase, whenever you learn about SQL and T-Sql concepts, then first phase is you learn about the database concepts, how can design the database, and during the designing of database what kinds of concepts are used. So all these are related to that. So if you have, then definitely you can do in easy way. And then next one is about procedures, functions and triggers. So in procedures, this is very important questions, very important review questions. So what is procedures, why we do use procedures, and what kinds of procedures, what is difference between in and out procedures. So all these are important. And then you will be asked about the system store procedures, and then move to functions. So how many types of functions, system functions and aggregate functions, all, and you can find out all about from GUI window explorer. And then triggers, how many types of triggers, what is triggers, and why we do use triggers. So all these are important in moderate questions. Database objects, and then difference between procedure and function. This is very important questions. Whenever you attend the course interviews, on interviewer definitely would like to ask you about this. And question number 16, you can see what is triggers, how many types of triggers, how can you do disable and enable the triggers with the help of syntax and as well as through GUI. And then indexes. So indexes is very important questions also. Why I'm saying this? Because whenever you are thinking about the query optimizations, and if you are looking for a development, SQL TSQL development, then definitely you would like to ask about what is indexes and how many types of indexes, how can we create indexes, and what is fill factor, why we need fill factor during creations of indexes. So all these concepts very important, you need to go through, and one by one you try to make self. If you are able to do, definitely you can crack the interviews. The next questions, you can see what is DBCC commands. So basically DBCC is a very advanced concept whenever you are looking for a database development, so I need to know about DBCC. So DBCC stands for Database Consistency Check. So if you want to check how many files created inside SQL database engine, so that time you need to use DBCC. File allocations and all. Whenever you're creating indexes, so that time index pages and databases created and of by a speed, so that time you need to check DBCC. So for DBCC, and this is related to advanced ones. So link server you need. So what is link server? And then no log is related to transactions and all. Whenever you are doing transactions, that time you need to no log, read fast and all. So next question is, what is difference between delete and truncate commands? Very important basic interview questions. Data statics. What type of joins possible with SQLs? There are different kinds of joins, and this joins is very important. Every interviewer asks you these questions. So you need to clear about this concept, how to use joins, and when you need to joins use, which one have to use, left join or right join. So you need to clear about this. And subqueries also, how many types of subqueries, correlated, non-correlated, and when we have to use it, what is difference between subqueries and joins. So next question is stuff. This is related to string functions. What is difference between stuff and replace? This is asked. What is basic functions for system databases, data integrity, relationship during database creations, and concepts. What is OLTP, OLAP? What is ranking functions? It is related to Windows function also. Dense rank, all these need to know about this. How to get rank of the employees. So you can get the employees ranks with the help of ranking function. Transaction isolations levels, and then difference between temp table and table variables, difference between temp table and derived table. So these questions 42, 43 related to advanced T-Sql development part. So some questions are advanced part, so don't worry about this. If you are looking for data analytics, so this is sufficient. So some questions are not need to know about. So what you have knowledge and how much you can getting from this, and try to solve it and make it. If you have any queries, you can ask. And the second module, queries part. So this is very important when interviewer definitely ask you how to find the net salaries, the name of employees, find the max salary of employee, find the highest number of employees in each department. All these queries are very important. You need to practice. You need to practice, and then definitely. So definitely you can try, and I would like to say you and suggest you as well. Module 2 is very important in every interview. Definitely would like to ask you. So all interviewers definitely ask you for the queries, all queries, whatever you are seeing, all queries need to go through one by one and try to make it solve. And look at this. Look at this. So first question is, find the max salary, find the net salary, find the name of employees, find the max salary of employee by each department. And in these queries, you can apply all concepts related to SQLs, ranking functions and the group by and all. And with the help of that, you can solve it and try to solve, because definitely you can ask. Find the latest date find the duplicate values in the table, how can you remove the duplicate values, how can you find the even and rows and odd rows, how to find duplicate rows, how to delete rows, how to change random data every time, how to reshuffle male into female and female into male. So all these are very important. Try to solve one by one. And this also queries, right, to an SQL query to fetch worker names with the salary, something like that. Write an SQL query to fetch number of workers for each department in the sending order. So try to solve it. So this is very sufficient for you. You are going to take into it, and I will assure you definitely 90% will get the questions from this uh, queries and all concepts, definitely. So first you need to try and test self how much you have knowledge about this and you are doing this or not. So last one is your advanced part. Don't worry about this. So module 1 and module 2 you can, and some questions are different from analytics and moderate parts. If you have a, so all these questions are related to if a person have more than 2 and 3 years experience, definitely those people can attend in that interviews. But if you have an experience 1 year, so definitely some questions are different, some questions are tough. So don't worry about this. If you have a knowledge you can do it, so definitely it's better for you. But so module 1 or module 2 is sufficient for more than 1 year experience. And I'd like to say you and suggest you some questions are not need to know about, like I would like to DVCC commands and know data statistics and some questions are different. And module 3 T-Sql programming, if you have you can do, so definitely it's better for you and you can go for more than 3 years experience. So try to make it one by one, and if you can, it is good for you. If you can't, let me know, will definitely help you in this regard. But I will assure you, I would like to say you, all these interviews questions are very important, very necessary for everybody if you are going to take interviews. So all these questions whatever I have discussed and given you from these interviews questions will be asked, no outside of this context box whatever discussed. So one by one you can try and you can download from my websites and understand. You can if you are not able to do that, let me know, definitely would like to. So please see, and you can note it down in your notebook and try to self judge how much you can do. The next module, some questions to different districts, TCP, IP, and advantages of stored procedures, virtual tables. All some questions are different. Don't worry about. But the maximum questions are related to your interviews. If you are going for development, if you are going for interview, have more than 2 3 years experience, definitely is workable for you. You can. But module 2 queries part is very important. Try to solve one by one. You can see and note it down and try to solve. Thank you, all of you. Thank you. Have a good day.